Goal setting, the pathway to achievement. The world makes way for the man who knows where he is going. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
So far we have talked about your inner voice and how you can control it. How you can change negative beliefs into powerful ones. How you can have a healthy attitude. How you can control your emotions and how to change negative behaviors. I then introduced you to the 10 powerful keys to success. Now, I am going to show you how you can set your own goals and create a positive future. First, let me tell you a story. A construction company sent 2 workers to do a job on the roof of a 40-floor building. The 2 men took all their go-out material with them into the building. They noticed that the elevator was not working, and without hesitation, decided to take the stairs. They climbed nearly 1,000 steps and arrived exhausted. They looked around. One man said to the other, "I have some good and some bad news for you. The good news is that we finally made it to the top of the building." The other asked, "Great, but what's the bad news?" "This is not the right building." Now I have a question for you. Do you know where you're going? I mean, do you really know where you are going? Do you have an organized goal-setting program? Yale University surveyed business school graduates been out of school for almost 10 years to determine how they were doing. 83% had no goals at all. They said that they worked very hard to make a living and had no specific plans for the future. 14% had thought of goals, but had not written them down. They were earning 3 times more than the 83% who had no goals at all. The remaining 3% had both written goals and an action plan. They were earning 10 times more than the first group. The study concluded that writing goals has a direct influence on your accomplishments. Everyone has a dream. Some people turn their dreams into reality, and others sadly never realize their dreams. They are trapped in a vicious circle. Their major goals are paying the bills and deciding what to serve for dinner. They run around all day making a living instead of designing their lives. Scientists studied the behavior of rats they had starved for 2 days. They placed them in a transparent box designed with little roads and circles. They put a piece of cheese and ate them the maze. Then they started the race to discover which rat had more speed, better sense of direction, and more intelligence. The rat that won the race got a piece of cheese as its reward. Some people are like that as well. They are running hard to settle for a piece of cheese, doing the same thing day after day, living below their potential. I was once talking with a manager of a medium-sized electronic company. I asked him, "Have you taken a vacation lately?" He answered, "I went to Mexico last year for 2 great weeks." "What did you do?" I asked. "And how did you go about planning your vacation?" He said, "My wife and I chose our destination and planned our budget. Then we called 3 travel agencies to get information about different packages and prices, which was the best package for us, and went to Mexico." I said, "You seem to be the person who plans everything carefully." He smiled and said, "Yes, especially vacations. I make sure I take care of every detail to avoid surprises or disappointments." "Since you are that great at planning your vacation," I said, "do you have an organized goal-setting program for your daily life?" He answered, "Well, no. It requires too much time, and I do not have that time. Besides, I know what I want. I have it all in my head." This person plans his vacation carefully to ensure their success, but he does not bother to take the time for his life. Another person said, "I do not really believe in goal settings. I found it to be a complete waste of time. I have gone to all kinds of workshops and seminars, read many books, and I tried to do it, but it never worked." "Would you go on a trip by a car," I asked, "with no road maps?" He said, "That's crazy. Why would you take such a risk?" So I asked, "What would you do normally in that case?" "First, I would have to know where I was going and why," he said. "Then I would get a good road map and collect the information I need, such as how far it is and how much time it takes to get there." Then I asked him, "What would happen if you didn't prepare before your trip?" He answered, "I would get lost. Anyway, I would never take a trip without careful planning." Here is another person who refuses to go on trip without very careful planning and road maps, but he does not believe it is important to plan for his entire life. He goes through life without directions or roadmap. Charles Gibbons wrote in his book, The Super Self, without goals, you can end up living from problem to problem instead of opportunity to opportunity. Thomas Carlyle said, a man without a purpose is like a ship without a rudder. They will both end up on the rocks. So what is a goal? Why do most people set goals? And why is it important to have goals? A goal is a dream in action. It is what you work for and not what you simply hope for. It is the flashlight that guides you in the dark and helps you to reach your destination. There are 5 reasons why most people don't set goals. Number 1, fear. Fear is the main enemy of man. People may fear failure, the unknown, rejection, and even success. They all lead to the same road, pain. Human beings will do anything to avoid pain. Most people avoid pain even if it is for their own benefit. Most fears we have are the result of experiences which were painful in one way or another. Fear prevents us from taking action because we believe we might fail. Most people failed in the past and might fail again, so they learn to live without a goal-setting program. Zig Ziglar called fear false evidence appearing real. Horace said, who lives in fear will never be a free man. Unless we learn how to conquer fear, we'll be trapped in illusion and self-doubt. As Franklin Roosevelt said, the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. 2. Self-image. Dr. Joyce's brother said, you cannot consistently perform in a manner which is inconsistent with the way you see yourself. Poor self-image is reflected in the way a person looks, the way he dresses, his relationships, his performance, and even his way of living. A poor self-image causes a person to feel that he is not good enough and that success is for others and not for himself. He becomes a part of what Zig Ziglar calls the wandering generalities, who have only a vague idea of what they want. The good news is that poor self-image is only learned and can also be changed. Unless a person works on his poor self-image, he will settle for anything and accept whatever comes along. He will not see the value of goal setting and will not even try it. As Dr. Larry Kempsey said, the biggest failure of all is the person that never tries. And as John F. Kennedy said, once you say you are going to settle for second, that's what happens to you in life. 3. Procrastination. Procrastination is the thief of time, Edward Young said. Procrastination is putting off for tomorrow what you can do today. You say to yourself, next week, I'll sit down and plan my goals. After all, I only have one life to live, and I might as well plan for it. Next week comes, and you say, I don't feel good today. I'll start tomorrow. When tomorrow arrives, you say, look at the weather. It is gorgeous. We have not had such beautiful weather in years. I'm going out. I'll plan my goals later. Do you get the picture? You now believe that you have one life to live and that your life must have goals, but you still do not take the steps to set and achieve these goals. 4. Belief. Some people do not believe in the value of goal setting. They believe it is a total waste of time. They will give many reasons why goal setting is useless and can give examples of people who do not believe in setting goals but are successful anyway. They are like the smokers who know someone who's 100 years old and still smokes. Yes, of course, not all of the 97% who do not set goals are failures, but the majority face more difficult times than the person who plans and anticipates. William Shakespeare said, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. It is your way of thinking about goal setting that causes you to live without it. 5. Knowledge. Knowledge is one reason why 97% of people do not have an organized goal-setting program. Some people want to do it and are eager to do it, but they don't know how. And accordingly, they do not take the necessary steps to learn how. I have heard a friend of mine say many times that he wants to be an actor. It is his dream, but I have never seen him take steps to accomplish his dreams. As a result, his dream may stay a dream all his life. When I asked him, why don't you do something about it? He said, I don't know how. Unless you take the time to learn how to set and achieve your goals, you will be trapped in the I don't know how club. As Zig Ziglar said, others can stop you temporarily. You are the only one who can do it permanently. In this session, You will learn everything you need to know about goal setting and aim for what you really deserve, the gold medal. Why is it so important to have goals? There are 5 main reasons. Number 1, self-control. When you have an organized and balanced goal-setting program that touches all areas of your life, you will feel more in control of your life. No matter what happens, you will be the controller of your destiny, the one who decides which direction you take and how fast you get there. Your feeling of self-control will help you fight any obstacles that you might face in taking risks. As Walter Gage had said, a great pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do. 2, self-confidence. Your self-confidence will increase as your self-control increases. You will have more confidence in your outcomes. That self-confidence will cause you to take more action, achieve greater results, and make you believe that you can accomplish your goals and turn your dreams into reality. With self-control and self-confidence, you will become unstoppable. As Archimedes said, "Give me where to stand, I will move the earth." 3, self-worth. As you achieve your goals, you will be more confident. You will like yourself more, have greater belief in your abilities, and before long, you will notice your self-worth getting stronger every day. Each time you are faced with a temporary setback, the experience you gain will help you to improve your strategy until you finally reach your goals. Your mind will be stretched to make room for your new wisdom. As Olive Wendell Holmes said, "Man's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions." 4, time management. As you move towards your goal, you will be more focused if you have set a time frame to achieve it. The more you want to achieve your goals, the more careful you must be about how you spend your time. Goal setting and time management go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. 5, quality of life. When you have an organized and balanced goal-setting program, you will be more focused on your goals, and the quality of your life will improve. You will be more motivated, have more energy, earn greater financial rewards, and most importantly, you will be happier. As Franklin Roosevelt said, "Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creating effort." Now let me show you the most effective way to set and achieve your goals. This method is based on your values in each of 4 quadrants of a balanced life. The first quadrant of a balanced life is health. In this quadrant, you will find things such as physical health, weight, diet, lifestyle, and habits. Ask yourself these questions. How's my health? Have I had a complete medical checkup lately? Am I at my best weight? Do I follow a health and exercise program? Do I have harmful habits that should be controlled, such as smoking, abusing drugs, or alcohol, and overeating? How do I handle pressure? Do I handle stress well? The second quadrant of a balanced life is personal. Family, relationships, education, recreation, friendship, vacation, buying a new car, and traveling are in the personal quadrant. Ask yourself questions such as, how are my relationships with my partner and children? How are my relationships with others? Have I taken a vacation lately? Have I been reading, going to seminars, or buying audio tapes programs? What kind of a car do I wish to have? When was the last time I invited a friend over? The third quadrant of a balanced life is professional. In the professional quadrant, you will find things such as career and education for career advancement. Ask yourself these questions. Am I happy with my present job? Do I have a plan for career advancement? What is my next career step? How can I get there? Do I have a good relationship with my boss and co-workers? The fourth quadrant of a balanced life is financial. Financial stability, income, investments, buying a new company, and retirement plans are in your financial quadrant. Ask yourself questions such as, am I making enough money? Do I have an investment plan? How can I increase my income? Am I using credit cards wisely? Do I have a retirement plan? Let me add one more thing that I believe is so important. Spiritual. Here, you find things like helping others, morals, beliefs, and your relationship with God. Ask yourself, who did I help lately? How's my relationship with God? What are my spiritual goals? Let me give you an example of what happens when one of these areas is neglected. Elvis Presley was very rich, handsome, and famous. Anything he wanted in life was his. By anyone else's standards, he should have been very happy. Although his financial and professional quadrants were outstanding, his personal quadrant affected his health and the other quadrants as well. We know how it destroyed his life. He is no longer around because those 5 things were unbalanced. The same thing happened with Marilyn Monroe, the European singer-star Dalida, and many others. If any one of these 5 areas is affected, the others are affected as well, causing you to become very unhappy. It is like sitting on a chair that has only 3 legs. No matter how hard you try to maintain your balance, you end up on the floor. Dr. Peter G. Hanson wrote in The Joy of Stress, "Success means striving towards excellence in all of life's quadrants. Failure to address any of the quadrants will predictably shorten your life." In order to be happy, you need to make sure that all of the quadrants are balanced. You might be saying, how in the world can I balance my life? Here is how. 1. Pay attention. Sometimes we do things automatically. We do not notice and observe what we are doing. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever put your keys somewhere, but later forgotten where you placed them? Harry Loren refers to this as mind absence. We can miss out on many things in life because we do not observe and pay attention. Sometimes when you are working hard all day, you might not pay attention to your health or to your relationship with your spouse and children. Noticing, observing, and paying attention is the first step in balancing your life. Virgil said, "Happy is the man who could search out the causes of things." 2. Ask yourself questions. Just as you ask yourself to develop a business marketing plan, you should also ask yourself personal marketing questions. They are, A. What am I now? If you are doing great everywhere except in your relationship, your health, your job, or your financial situation, notice, pay attention, and go to B. B. What do I want? By answering this question, you move immediately to the solution process, and you are on your way to balancing your life. So your answer might be, I want to improve my health. I want a better relationship with my children, my wife, my boss, my employees, or it might be, I want to make more money, buy a car, or have a better job. By asking yourself these questions, you will find yourself moving to C. C, when do I want it? Now you are starting to think in terms of time. You might want it now, next week, or maybe a year from now. No matter what time frame you decide upon, you are heading in the right direction. Ask yourself the following question. D, how can I get there? Now you are starting to think of ways to accomplish your goal. You might take a course in public speaking, or one on conducting better meetings. Maybe you will take your spouse on a trip, invite your boss for lunch, or join a health club and exercise 3 times a week. No matter what it is, you are on the right track. All you need to do in order to balance your life is go to question E. E, what can I do now to get what I want? By asking yourself this question, you are now ready to act to get what you want. So pick up that telephone and make that call. Invite your boss for lunch. Reserve that trip for you and your spouse. Or get that membership at your favorite health club. Goal setting is important, but doing it is more important. Start today. Notice, observe, pay attention, and examine your life. Ask yourself these powerful questions. Then take immediate action and do not look back. When you do that, you will be among the most successful men and women in the world, and your reward will be a balanced life and happiness. As Confucius said, by nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. Now, you know how to have a balanced life. Let me ask, what is the most important thing in your life right now? Answering this question will clarify your values. In prioritizing your goals, you first need to establish your values and what's really important to you in each and every area of your life. Let me ask another question. Do you ever want something so badly, and when you received it, you asked yourself, is that it? Or why am I not happy? If you did, it is because what you wanted was not based on a solid value. Let me give you an example. At one of my seminars, a woman said, "I've always wanted to get married." So I did. But after a few days of marriage, I discovered that I was not really happy. I asked myself why. I noticed that my main values were to have more freedom, to travel, and continue my education. In less than 1 year, I was divorced. That's an example of realizing what you want and what's really important to you. If those are in conflict, you will experience negative emotions and confusion. Another woman told me, "I always wanted to have a new car, but it is more important for me to finish my PhD. So if I bought a car, I wouldn't have the money to keep working on my PhD, and I wouldn't be happy anyway." Get the point? Your values and your goals have to be in complete harmony. That will give you more reasons to achieve your goals, and when you do achieve them, you will be excited and happy. Now, you know how to balance your life and how to set up your goals based on your own values. When you start your goal setting program, you need to understand the difference between an end goal and a meaning goal. The end goal, such as losing 10 pounds or finding a job, ends as soon as you achieve it. The meaning goal, such as designing your lifestyle, a career, or a relationship, never ends. Make sure your goals do not end as soon as you achieve them. Plan for them to be an ongoing part of your lifestyle. Here are the 3 main types of goal. 1. Short-term goals. This type of goal usually lasts from 15 minutes to a year. An immediate short-term goal might be what to do at your next meeting, an important report or project you need to prepare, a course you want to take, a vacation or a specific amount of money you want to have. Short-term goals are an excellent way to get into the habit of setting goals. 2. Mid-term goals. This type of goal has a time frame of 1 to 5 years. In this range, you find things such as a diploma or a degree you want to have, planning the next step of your career, changing your car, and so on. Mid-term goals are an excellent continuation of short-term ones, in the sense that they help you become more committed to achieve your goals. 3. Long-term goals. This type of goal setting covers the rest of your life. Its aim is to design your lifestyle, where you'd like to live, and the relationship with your spouse and your family. Here is an example of how I use each of these types of goals in my career. A. Short-term goals. Start out in any position at a 5-star hotel. I was a dishwasher. Studied the hotel business for 1 year. I received certification from the Hotel Institute of Quebec, service section. B. Mid-term goals. Become a department manager. I became a dining room manager. Obtain diploma in hotel management. I did. Obtain a diploma in human behavior. I did. Learn to speak French and English fluently. I did. C. Long-term goals. Become general manager of a large hotel. In 1986, I became a general manager. Get the 3 highest designation in hotel management. I did. Become known and win an educational award. In 1990, I won the Best Home Study Student Award from the American Hotel and Motel Association and the American Home Study Council. I continued studying and moved up the management ladder until I decided to open my own company and start the cycle once again based on what's important to me. Now I have an abundance of education and experience, and I'm living my dreams. Even though I faced major challenges every day, they are my challenges. As you can see, nothing happens by itself. Goals are funny things. They do not work unless you do. Washington Irving said, "Great minds have purpose, others have wishes. Find your purpose, plan it, and do not let go." Earl Nightingale said, "To achieve happiness, we should make certain that we are never without an important goal." You now know how to have a balanced life based on what's important to you. You also know the 3 types of goal. Now, let me give you the 12 most important principles of goal setting. 1. Know what you want. As Dennis Whitley wrote in The Joy of Working, to get somewhere, you must first know where you are going. You have to know what you want in order to attain it. Knowing what you want is the first step to achieving it. 2. Your goal has to be worthy, realistic, clear, and specific. In Lead the Field, Nightingale told the story of a man who sat in front of the fireplace and said, "Give me heat, and then I shall give you wood." He waited a long time for the heat that never came. Although his goal was clear and specific, he wanted to be warm, it was not realistic. He should have given first in order to receive. No matter what your goal is, it must be realistic, clear, and specific. 3. Have a strong desire. Your desire must be very strong so that no one, not even yourself, can stop you from accomplishing it. 4. Visualize your goals. Once you have an idea of what you want and a burning desire to achieve your goal, you need to sell your idea to your subconscious mind. Visualization is the link between the conscious and unconscious minds. So visualize your goal, make it vivid and real. The more vividly you see yourself accomplishing your goal, the more your goal will be established at a deeper level in your subconscious mind and have a power of its own. In metaphysical science, we say that the mind is like a magnet. When you see yourself achieving your goal, you will attract people, situations, and circumstances that will help you achieve your goal. Visualize your goal until they become part of your life. 5. Take that decision. Let's recap. So far, you know what you want, and you are sure it is worthy, specific, clear, and realistic. You have a strong desire to achieve it, and you see yourself achieving it. Now it is time to make conscious decision and declare to yourself that you are going to achieve this goal. Tell the people you love and those you already know will support you. Your decision will determine your destiny, and the moment you consciously decide on a goal, you are on the road to achieving it. 6. Your goal must be in writing. Lee Iacocca said, "Writing your goals is the first step in achieving them." And Brian Tracy said, "It all begins with a pencil, a sheet of paper, and you." When you sit down and write your goals, you are using two forces of human power. First, physiology, holding the pencil and moving your hands. Second, mental focus. You think about your goals, you see your goals, and you read your goals. You hear your internal voice repeating your goals, and all your feelings are involved. Writing your goals is another way for you to prove that you want it and that you can do it. 7. Set a time frame for your goals. Goals without time limits are only wishes. Can you imagine a hockey game without time limits? The players would play forever. When you set up a time frame for your goal, you are committed and motivated to accomplish it within that time frame. It is important to plan when you want to reach your goal, but it is also important to set a realistic time limit within which you feel you can accomplish it. 8. Know your resources. What are your resources? What are you good at? Your resources could be anything at all in your quadrants. Education, experience, a friend who supports you, family, and finances. Who can help you? List all your resources and the names of non-judgmental people who can help you. Write down all the resources you have or need in order to accomplish your goals. 9. Know the obstacles that you might face. Anticipate problems that you might face and find solutions for them. This way, you will be equipped with a powerful self-defense against any problem that you might encounter. Terry Pitchell said, "It is not how many times you get knocked down in life that counts. It is how many times you get up." 10. Take action. Planning is good. Knowing what you want is great, but if you don't put your plans into action, you'll get nothing. Alan Cox said, "Acknowledge that dreams are needed, but it is the quality of execution that determines if they come true." Aristotle said, "A man is the origin of his actions." Put your plans into action. 11. Evaluate your strategy. An adventurer wanted to get to the top of a mountain. It took him the whole day to do it. When he finally arrived on the top, tired, sweating, and exhausted, he noticed another man sitting on the ground. The climber approached the other man and started complaining about how hard it had been to get to the top of the mountain. The man smiled and said, "The next time you want to climb this mountain, go around on the other side. You will find a tramway that brings you here safely and comfortably for only $1. If the adventurer had evaluated his plans, he would not have spent his time and energy going the long and hard way. My point is simple. When you take action, evaluate your plans and change anything that needs to be changed. It is better to make any changes now than to be disappointed in the end. 12. Be persistent. I believe that the road to success is always under construction. Walt Disney was committed. That's why his dreamland exists. Thomas Edison was committed. That's why his dream was achieved. You too can achieve your goals. Commit yourself and don't let anything you cannot do interfere with what you can do.